Orion's belt is back. Okay guys, so real talk, I usually get so self-conscious whenever I have breakouts. I feel like a lot of us probably do. We're cutting that out. I'm literally trying my best to 360 that and turn that around and like be like, okay, well, this is a great opportunity for me to show you guys how to cover your, acne or acne scars or at whatever point that your breakout is in. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I love you. I will love you forever. So obviously I've already done my brows. I'm only gonna be focusing on the face makeup, and primer is very important for covering acne because you want something that's gonna smooth out the surface. I'm in the phase of my acne phases, like acne has phases like moons, but I'm in the phase of scarring right now. So it's past the state of being bumpy, I guess you could say, where there's little bumps, but I wanna give you guys tips and tricks for like, even if you had that texture under the skin. So something that's gonna make a smooth surface is 100% what I recommend. So I'm gonna use the Smashbox Original Photo Finish Primer today. Another really good one for this step, if you want a drugstore option, is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty, no wait, not Poreless Putty Primer. Putty Primer, wait, let me go get it. Now that my room's clean, I can literally just go find stuff. So anyways, this is another really, really good one for that texture under the skin if you're having a bad breakout. So I'm gonna smooth this over the skin. What is all this stuff that's all over my face? Something I live by, okay? Live by is to actually do a lot of skincare when you're having these breakouts, if you're gonna be wearing makeup, because I feel like the skincare actually creates a barrier so that your makeup doesn't get into the pores and get into the breakouts, especially if they're open, you don't want them to get infected. So I'm going over the outer corners of the face with my Smashbox Primer Oil to give some extra glow. What? What is happening all over my face? Like, why is there little bubbles everywhere? I don't know. I'm gonna put just a little bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer right here on the T-zone, just because I really want this section between my brows to be nice and smooth under the makeup. Next up, we're going to go in with some foundation. I don't know why I was holding this up instead of this. Anyways, foundation, you want something that is full coverage, but very lightweight. So you don't want to cake on your foundation too heavy when you have breakouts going on, because sometimes the breakouts can try to emerge through the foundation and it just looks like a mess. So what I'm using is the Lorac Pro Soft Focus Longwear Foundation. I've really been liking this one because you can see it almost has like a serum feel. It's really, really lightweight. You can see the texture there. Yes. The shade is a little dark for me right now, but once I, put on my concealer and everything, it's gonna be a-okay. You can see how thin it is, but once I put it on my little pimple there and blend out, it's gonna cover it completely. So lightweight, but full coverage. Those are the two things you want. Yay! I already feel much better and much more confident now that that redness and everything is gone. So I'm gonna go in and press the foundation into my skin with my beauty blender just to get it nice and blended. And when you start to blend, if you have an open scar like that, you'll see it start to come through a little bit, but we're gonna fix that later, so no worries if that happens. Guys, honestly, I've been mentally so unstable lately. Like, I just feel like, sometimes I just feel like I need to change myself or change my personality because I'm not good enough or I'm not pretty enough or I don't even know, dude. Like, it's crazy. It's just crazy the amount of negative thoughts that we put onto ourselves, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys are probably feeling this too. And I feel like the biggest thing that we have to start doing is just telling ourselves that we are enough and we are good enough. And I've been reading this book. Well, my boyfriend's actually, he's been reading it for like a couple years, but I guess he's never finished it. So he recommended it to me. So I've like started reading little bits here and there. And it's called Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. even just from the start, like it's so helpful and so relatable to everything that I feel on a daily basis. And you know, like putting myself out online and stuff, like basically what she talks about is like, people cannot judge you from the outer perspective. Like you cannot base your feelings on somebody else's perspective of you. Happiness is found within yourself, and you have to realize that, and you have to practice being kind to yourself and fulfilling your own happiness, because nobody else is gonna do it except for you. By the way, I'm just highlighting underneath my eyes. This part doesn't really have to do with acne. So when you're in that ring, when you put yourself out there, when you dare greatly, when you are being brave with whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, you're already winning. Even though you're gonna go through many failures in your life, you've already won. So somebody that's not on that stage, that's sitting in the audience, cannot judge you because they don't know what you're going through and they don't know what you're feeling. And you know, for me, like a lot of times, like all these hate comments and whatever of saying that I'm annoying or saying that my personality is crazy or whatever it is, like whatever the hate comments may be, nobody else's opinion should matter except for my own opinion of myself, which I am in control of. Wow, this just became very self-help. But yeah, I don't know. That's just like what I've been going through lately. So here's where the good stuff starts to come in. When you are breaking out, you wanna have 3 different concealers handy, okay? You wanna have one that's a highlighting concealer, one that's a concealer that's closest to your foundation color or your skin color, and then one that, why does my camera always go out of focus? Like it's very confusing to me. Anyways, the last one, contour concealer. So the reasoning behind this is because obviously we all get breakouts in completely different places, you know, by the day, by the week, whatever. And so you need to spot conceal those spots or those blemishes or those acne scars with a product that is the same shade as that particular part of your face or part of your makeup. So let's say if I have a concealer that's right here, I mean, let's say I have a blemish or a pimple or a scar that's right here. I'm not gonna use the same exact concealer as I'm gonna put under my eyes, because then it's gonna highlight that area and it's not gonna blend in. The main premise of this entire tutorial to help cover acne scars and acne in general is that you want it to blend in with the rest of your makeup. So obviously, as you guys saw, I already went in with 1 layer of concealer under the eyes. I'm gonna go in with a 2nd layer of the same concealer. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Nude. So this is my highlighting shade for underneath the eyes and down the center of the face. My big guy is right in the center of the face, so I'm obviously covering it with this highlighting shade. Boom. And as I mentioned, you do want a concealer that's about the same shade as your skin tone. So for this guy, I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. Wow, count how many times I've messed up my words in this video already. So I'm gonna go in with that concealer in a mix of 44 and 34 and place that right over that pimple. Because see, this one is not in an area where I would normally be contouring or highlighting, so I'm not gonna use those. This guy up here, it's already pretty hidden by the foundation, but I still just wanna make sure that it stays hidden. I'm gonna go in with my contouring concealer shade. So this is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Mocha. And I'm just gonna pop that on, but then also go in and actually place this product down so that we could get a nice little contour going. And then obviously you wanna go in and blend that in, starting with the lightest, then going up to the darkest. And I swear you guys, this technique helps so much, especially if you're dealing with acne scars, because it's actually gonna help to just blend everything together and make everything look nice and flawless. This already makes a huge difference, obviously. So again, just try to look for full coverage concealers that have a good consistency for your skin type. And next, we're gonna move into powder, because you could see when you look really closely and definitely in person, this one still has texture to it. Basically, like how I like to think about it is coloring can be fixed with creams and liquids like foundation and concealer. Texture can be fixed with powder. What I wanna do with that spot in particular is take my beauty blender and use powder to press that into the skin. And do you see how that almost immediately made that whole entire spot disappear. So really pressing that powder right into the skin in those areas that you have texture, that you really want something to cover, is gonna make a huge difference, like huge. I didn't even mean to do it like that, but like I'm actually serious, like huge difference. This also really helps with dark under eyes and helping keep the concealer on a lot longer as well. So we love that. So this is a good example. See how this one is raised up? What you want to do for that is take your powder. You can use any full coverage powder that you have at home, and you actually want to powder around that spot. I need a little bit of a darker color. First I was using the MAC Studio Fix, now I'm using the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. And you're gonna actually powder around it, because basically what you're trying to do is even it out as much as possible around the pimple so that it stands out less. I don't remember who I first saw do this technique. I definitely did not make this part up. I think maybe it was Desi years ago, but it's a really, really helpful technique. And obviously, depending how big the pimple is that you're trying to cover, it may be less time or more time. This one's kind of like hella raised, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to completely remove it, but I think it still looks a lot better. You can also do this same technique with the contour areas if you use a bronzer or a darker foundation powder. Sometimes when pimples are on the side of my face though, like to be honest with you, I don't really care as much. Like yeah, obviously I wish I had like perfectly clear skin all the time, but when it's in the center of the face, that's when it really bothers me, or like on the tops of my cheeks. Okay, obviously I'm just gonna go in and bake, but again, that doesn't really have a lot much to do with the whole concealing. Oh my gosh, am I already out of this? How do I run through these things so quick? Oh my God. It does honestly make your skin look so smooth and flawless though. Like very Kylie Jenner when you put a pressed powder underneath of the baking powder. I've talked about this before, but like it's bomb. Like it literally, that gives you that soft matte finish. I feel like all the Kardashians, they never really have like super glowy skin, to be honest, because highlight definitely brings out more texture. Like if you have matte skin, you're gonna have less texture and more of a soft, like doll-like effect.
Few minutes.
Sorry, I logged on to Karen's live. I like to like give some support, you know? I literally miss all my friends. Like it's actually crazy because normally we're always going to events and like seeing each other and like literally, I don't know, it's been crazy. It's been really surreal. But anyways, so you can see I have a little bit of texture right here. So I already started doing this while I was not filming because I was kind of letting the baking powder sit, but you want to go over that with your pressed powder and try to make it as matte as possible. And that's really gonna help it look smoother. Texture is hard, you guys. Texture is really difficult to get rid of completely, but like all we can do is try our best. And once I finish off the rest of my makeup, you can see it looks so much better. I definitely am on like this journey to, you know, try and be loving towards myself and love myself in my real skin, but I think for the time being, it's really great to have like a little routine like this that I know works, that I know will definitely pick up my confidence. Like I literally feel like a different person now, you know what I mean? And it's just something handy to know what to do when you do have texture, when you do have discoloration or scarring or whatever it is that you want to cover. I really hope this video helps you guys because that's like my whole main point, obviously. And you know, if you, not right now maybe because we're in quarantine, but like if you are going somewhere where you have a breakout, but you need to know how to cover it to feel like the best version of yourself. Maybe you're going on a date, maybe you're going on an interview, maybe, you know what I mean? Like whatever you're doing, if you want to feel the best version of yourself, I hope this little tutorial helps. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for always making me feel so loved, to most of you, like most of my rock stars out there. Because you know, when I went on my story with all my acne and stuff, like I was really scared to post those because I just felt like I looked so trash, and it made me really, really happy. And one of the things that motivated me to actually film this video was because so many of you guys messaged me and DM'd me being like, you know, I love that you're showing your real skin. I love this, I love that. And that really, really encouraged me and just made me feel like I wanted to do something that if you're going through the same thing that I'm going through right now, that could help you. So anyways, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Remember, you are beautiful inside and out. And I really, really mean that. Bye guys. That was weird, right? That was weird. Bye. Oh my gosh, I had snot on my nose. What is happening at the end of this video? Bye guys, I hope you have an amazing day.